Hey, Jock, great to see you. How's your day going? I'm glad to hear that. What do you have planned for the day? That sounds really good. What movies are you thinking about? Yeah, somebody was just talking about Bullet Train in here the other day. I think it may have been TJ uh, talking about it, and I hadn't heard of it. I uh, I actually forgot to look it up after the fact. I don't know too much about the new movies coming out, so uh, I wasn't up to date on it. God. I know the new Thor movie's been out long enough that I would imagine that there's a decent copy out there. Because, like, first day, it's going to be a little bit more difficult trying to find a good copy, but as time goes on, better and better, you know, cam versions will be available. Yeah, I gotta remember to actually look that up. Like I said, you're the second person to have mentioned Bullet Train to me, and the whenever uh, whenever somebody says Bullet Train, my first the first thing that goes in my head is I think it was called Money Train, like in 1995 with was it probably getting the names mixed up. I want to say Woody Harrelson and no, Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, but I don't think they were in that. But there's a movie in the mid '90s, and I want to say it was called Money Train, and I want to say it was one of the first movies with Jennifer Lopez in it. But me trying to remember a movie that I probably haven't saw and or thought about in 25 years. That's probably why my memory on the subject is so terrible. Now I have to look up two things. I have to look up Bullet Train and Money Train. At least I think it was called Money Train. Oh wow, I got all three of them. How about that? Awesome. Because even when I was saying Money Train, I was like, am I just thinking of Money Plane, which was that terrible movie that came out like last year? The brain is a funny thing, you know. It's like I think I'm just getting a bunch of movies and just mashing them up. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Oh. I'm not sure I've actually seen Money Train. I remember the poster. And I remember it being somewhat of a big deal because it was early enough in Jennifer Lopez's career. It was like, oh, maybe not before she was famous, but on the rise. I don't think I ever actually saw it though. That's my Money Train story. We can do one more and then we'll do some presses. Well, I hope I hope you're able to find some good copies of those movies so you can have something fun to watch today. Nope. Well, maybe while you maybe to kill some time before the other movies have a good quality, because uh, if you've already waited this long enough, you might as well just wait a little bit longer for really good copies to come out of the other movies. At least you can watch Money Train, and you can let me know if it holds up. I was hoping that this generic 80s synth pop mixture would be a little bit more upbeat and not feel like I'm slipping into a coma. But doesn't seem like that's the case, so let's see if we can find something maybe a tad more upbeat. I need to just make a playlist and just let that run while I work out. Or I can do what I've been talking about doing and just hook up my headphones to hear my music and then just have something on in the background here so it won't be dead quiet. Oh, very nice. What kind of music are you throwing on yours? Well, it's nice to have variety, Jock. I was very ill prepared. Hey, Wes, great to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I was very ill prepared when I started working on my playlist because I know it's weird, like you hear people say it and it doesn't make sense, but I'm not really a music guy. I don't listen to music very often. So a lot of the music I know of are just ones in ones from movies or, when I was younger. So when I was working on my playlist for the gym, I didn't really didn't have an idea of where I wanted to go with it. So I kind of just, like, okay, well, I know this song is good. I'm going to listen to this. And it might be a little, odd to try to get up the courage and the strength to lift some heavy weight when you're listening to like Huey Lewis and the News. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So It doesn't really affect me though, but it would be nice if I were to actually think about it and say, okay, well, this is a good song. I like listening to this. You know, I like Iron Maiden. Why don't I have any Iron Maiden on there? You know, I like Megadeth. Let me throw some Ministry on there. Uh, some more metal bands that I like. And still keep the Eddie Money and the Pet Shop Boys on there, but mix in, you know, the Hall & Oates with more, you know, Guns N' Roses or something. And then on top of that, you know, I have some wrestling theme songs on there, and those are always nice. All right, we'll do one more press, and then we can stand up and do one more set before we switch over to triceps. Oh, well, that's very good, Jock. A lot of people, a lot of people will say the same kind of thing. You know that, you know they have like a soundtrack to their life. You know, or certain songs make them feel a certain way. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. And that's I've never been one of those people where music has has that kind of effect on me. I mean, I hear a song and it's like, oh well, you know, yeah, I remember listening to this song when I was a wee lad, or you know, hey, this song reminds me of Demolition, or I I remember this song playing when I was you know 20 years ago, playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. That was on the radio, but I really don't have like an emotional reaction to it. mean, it would be nice if I felt that way about music, because a lot of people are very passionate about music. Uh, and it's like, nah, really. And trying to explain it to people is very difficult. They're like, well, what do you do when you're at the gym? I was like, well, at the gym, I have my playlist, but that's just, random songs that I found or, happen to like, but, you know, especially when I talk about traveling, it's like, wait a minute, you're a professional wrestler and you would travel sometimes hundreds of miles in a car with other people. What would you do? It's like we would talk. That's where you talk about wrestling. You don't turn the radio on and everybody's silent. That's where you're supposed to talk about stuff and bounce ideas off of one another. So I don't. When I hear a song playing at like I'll have my headphone in and the other one's open, and if I'm at the gym and I hear a song, I'm like, hey, I think I know that song, so I'll look at it, what's playing, but it's never been like, oh, this song is so meaningful to me. This song lets me express my feelings for you. I've never really had that issue. If I need to tell somebody that I love them, or if I need to tell somebody I hate them, I'm not going to put it in the hands of somebody I don't know about a song. I can usually tell somebody pretty quickly and succinctly how I feel about them. So, never had that impact on me. I mean, it was nice. It was nice at the gym. I guess it was about 2 years ago or so. I was at the gym and this song started playing. And I was like, I know that song. Where do I know that song from? So I was listening to it and I was like, oh my God, that's the song that was playing in the background while that girl was lifting weights in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, and then she got turned into a roach. That's cool. I like that song. It wasn't one of those situations where it, had this deep impact on me. I guess, I guess I understand, because when you there are certain receptors in your brain that recognize certain things. So when you have a birthday cake is very has a lot of those triggers in it because you had it when you were a kid, and usually birthdays are are time of good are a good time. So you have a birthday cake and it makes you happy because it not only does it taste good, but you remember those good times. And I assume a lot of that is how it works with music as well, but it's never been for me. I I liken it to, hey TJ, is it Friday already? Well, darn, this week just flew by, didn't it? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, buddy. I remember when I was, you're in middle school or high school, and the girl you're dating at the time, she tells you to listen to a song because you remind her of it. And even then, I was like, that's fucking stupid. this this song reminds you of me in what way? And then coincidentally, after that, that song will remind me of her because she's stupid enough to send me a song and tell me how she feels about me. It's I don't mean to make it sound like I'm minimizing anybody's feelings towards music. It's just oftentimes when people that I know will say, "Oh, you gotta listen to this song. It means a lot to me. I'll hear it," and it's just some stupid emo band talking about how they're all in their feelings. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm glad that you have an emotional response to this song. And then I'll be like, okay, well, now that you've shared so much with me, let me send you a song that means a whole lot to me. You know, it really encapsulates who I am, and it speaks to me on an emotional level. It's called Baby Got Back. Go and listen to it, and maybe you'll actually understand me as a human being. I've not seen Top Gun Maverick yet. I've heard such good things about it. Uh, I I haven't seen the first one in a while. Although I mean, most people say that it stands alone, but still, if you know the first one, it's still good. But I've heard nothing but good things about it, and it's making a shit ton of money. So, uh, for last I heard, it was still in theaters. So I don't know when it's going to be coming out. Um, on streaming or whatever. Maybe I should give it a watch. I don't think it's super long from what I've heard, so it's not like I need to carve out half my evening to watch a movie. But it would be nice. I was just talking to a I was talking to a lady the other day, and she was telling me how we needed to get together and have a movie night. And because I had said something about not watching the Harry Potter movies, and she's like, "Oh wow, we gotta watch them." I'm like, "No, I am more than happy to get together and watch some movies, but I don't do Harry Potter, I don't do Lord of the Rings, I don't do Star Wars, I don't do comic books." I don't do newer movies where the whole gimmick is jump scares. I'm not going to be watching Paranormal Activity. If you want to watch a movie, let's pick a Stallone movie. We can watch First Blood and then watch Demolition Man, and then watch maybe we'll get crazy and we'll watch Judge Dredd. I'm happy. I'm usually pretty good about being able to watch '80s horror movies, like the really terrible ones. You know, those are always fun. I used to have, I've had several girlfriends in the past who enjoy that kind of stuff. So those are always fun to watch. Just like the movies that have terrible special effects, but they're full of blood and titties. You know, those are the kind of movies I can get behind. You give me enough nudity and you know, fake blood and heads being blown off. You know, I can watch Chopping Mall all day long. But I'm not. I really don't feel like watching some found footage movie or you know, Annabelle 3, The Conjuring 7. Those those movies really don't they don't turn my crank, as it were. Not to say that I haven't, because I did watch the first Lord of the Rings. I remember watching it. How long ago was that? Like 17 years ago? 2005, 2004, something like that. I remember watching the first Lord of the Rings movie. I remember exactly where I watched it. I I I, I was watching it on my computer, which is probably because these were the days where it wasn't like a big, you know, you don't have a big HD computer screen. You know, you have your old box computer. Oh yeah, Demolition Man's great, Jock. But I remember watching the first Lord of the Rings movie, and it ended, and I just sat there. I was like, why the hell did I watch that? What the hell was this about? And I guess it was because I wasn't a well-read child, so I didn't get into the Hobbit books or whatever. And if people like that kind of stuff, fucking awesome. You know, I like professional wrestling, so I'm not gonna tell somebody what they're allowed to not like. But it just didn't. It did not do it for me. And I'll be fair to the movies. I heard that the third one was great, like it had a lot of action and stuff in it. I heard that the special effects were really good. It didn't help the fact, like I said, I watched it on an old computer monitor, uh, and I'm and maybe if I'd read the books or whatever, or actually cared about the story, it would have been better. But I never I never could get into them, and uh, but like and I don't want to. Usually when I talk about movies, I often sound like a contrarian, like, oh, you didn't like this movie just because it was popular. It's like, no, I mean, I like plenty of popular movies, I'm sure, but you know, Star Wars is it's science fictiony and stuff. Like I like Alien. That's in outer space, but bunch of bunch of wizards going around, you know, sword fighting and playing with a man in a giant dog costume. Didn't really do it for me. I've actually heard of Sumerian. I don't remember where I heard it from, but I've heard about it. Shit. I need to remember to actually look that up after we're done here, TJ, because I, like I said, for whatever reason, I've heard of Sumerian, and I want to say that I was, like, kind of interested in it. So, I need to try to find that. I'll try to remember that. No, but going back to movies, like I'm sure there are plenty of popular movies that I like. Like, I like The Godfather. So, but most of the time, people will say that I dislike something just because it's popular, because I don't like comic book movies. You know, that the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is one of those movies that people just love, like it's their own kid. And I just, even then, I watched it and I was like, why? Like, it was a well-made movie, but I don't understand the appeal of it. Like, am I supposed to be afraid of the Joker? Do you mean to tell me that a boat full of convicted felons and people who were in prison, maybe for life, aren't going to save their own skin by hitting a button to not die? This boat filled with probably rapists and murderers, but they're not going to kill a boat full of people that they don't know to save their own ass? Prisoners will slit your throat for ramen, okay? They will kill you for a pack of cigarettes. And I'm supposed to believe that Tiny Lister is going to say, hey, don't push that button. We don't want to be criminals here, even though we're all wearing orange because we're fucking on death row. Fuck off. Not to mention the fact that the Joker, who was somehow able to get a legion of mentally handicapped people, figure out a plan for them to get captured, thinking that they had actually killed Harvey Dent, Commissioner Gordon, be put into the very specific jail cell with one of the mentally disabled men having a phone and a bomb surgically implanted inside of his stomach, which, I don't know if it's common knowledge, but usually when you're arrested, the police pat you down so that you make sure you don't have any weapons on you. But I guess those specific cops didn't notice the giant surgical scar and bulging disc coming out of his stomach. So at the very precise moment they could place a phone call, blow up the police station, and the Joker would escape. What are the odds? Oh, while he had 2 teams of people to kidnap both Harvey Dent and this chick. and place them in various, two very distinct places across town, surrounded by chemicals to blow them up. And the whole movie was built around making Harvey Dent the bad guy in part 3. But no, he falls off of a fucking scaffold and dies. That was it. It's like, sure, if you look at all the small things that a movie does, you can sit there and nitpick, and any movie's bad. Every movie that I watch, you can nitpick and say it's bad. I never got it. And the fact that everybody loves it just makes it easier for me to hate, because, okay, the Joker, oh, what a great performance he did. Yeah, because I like a guy who is constantly licking his lips like he's a horse with peanut butter on his mouth. They could have had Mr. Ed do that role. The only reason people say it was great, and this is before he died, so the only reason that they say it was great is because they allowed him to be scary, which, sure, they did, but he didn't come across as some kind of crazy guy. He just came across as, I guess crazy, sure, but not like crazy smart, crazy genius, just some guy like, I'm gonna stab somebody. Fuck off. But the more people like it, the more I hate it. And I know that makes me a bad person, but that's how I operate. And I haven't seen that movie in like 14 years. I'm sure if I went back and watched it, I could write down specifically why I didn't like it. But I'm not going to do that, because best case scenario, I watch this movie that I know I hate, spend time complaining about it, make a video of me complaining about it, and then everybody who sees it will call me an idiot. Which I need to start doing more often, because I watched that wrestling TV show called Heels like last year. I watched it and I hated it. And I could pick apart every little thing that was wrong with it. And my buddy had come over one day and he was talking about how much he loves it. And I just went off on him. It was like he had killed my dog. I was just yelling at him like, how could you like this show? Let me explain to you beat by beat. Let me go through this show like it's the fucking Zapruder film about how much I hate this show. And I forgot all of it because that was a year ago. But it's the internet. Everybody has their opinion. And it's... I don't want to be one of those guys, although I pretty much am, but I shouldn't be one of those guys who makes a video just to hate on something. Even though I have. Like, I was... I was contemplating on making a video about wrestling, because I keep up with current day wrestling, and there's a wrestler in AEW who his whole gimmick right now is that his trust fund had matured so that now he's like the richest man in the world. Right? He's a literal billionaire. And it's like, okay, well, rich guy gimmicks have been done before, but instead of Ted DiBiase buying Andre the Giant and the fucking World Heavyweight title, this goon buys Slim J, some guy who's had 13 matches, and Sonny fucking Kiss. It made me sick. And I was like, I'm so angry about this, but do I really need to put enough energy into this to put it on video? Quite frankly, I think I should. Just because it's cathartic to get it off your chest, you know? Like, instead of going to see a shrink, I'm just going to turn my camera on and vent. And hopefully then I'll feel better. Although I probably should go see a shrink, because it's not normal for someone to get very angry about stupid professional wrestling and TV shows about wrestling on some fucking C-list streaming service and movies from 17 years ago. Something's not right with my brain. But that's one good thing about living in America, is that I don't have to worry about having clean water or wondering if I'm not if my crops will grow so that I'll be able to eat. You know, I have a toilet. I have a refrigerator. I have the internet's everywhere, you know. So, all things considered, if me being angry about a stupid wrestling thing is the worst part of my day, then I'm doing pretty well for myself. It's like, you know, where everybody worries, like, okay, well, you know, make sure I have enough money to pay my bills. Let me make sure that there's plenty of food in my freezer. You know, we all have those worries, but I don't have to. I don't need to worry about making sure I have a roof over my head or building a fire to make sure that I'm warm. Because life is wonderful. Life is good. Every day is a gift. That's very true, TJ. I very much care about wrestling, but it's not like I get temporarily angry about certain things. Like, I dislike a lot of wrestling, so it's like I'm watching a wrestling match and I hate it, but it doesn't stick with me, because it's like, okay, well, that match was terrible. These guys didn't sell anything. They both weigh 130 pounds. They're flipping all over the place. No one has any charisma. No one's conveying any emotion, but that's the way life is. Who cares? Move on. But for some reason, this fucking rich guy gimmick made me sick. like physically ill. I mean, there's always been rich guys in wrestling. Ric Flair was technically a rich guy. It's just a means in which to convey superiority, you know, the haves and the have-nots. Ric Flair's shoes cost more than your house. That kind of thing. Ted DiBiase was the $1 million man. He was able to buy the World Heavyweight title. JBL was made it rich on the stock market, so he was able to build a cabinet around him. And even though the Bashams and Orlando Jordan weren't exactly world beaters, they were still grown-ass men. But Arya Davari, who is a self-proclaimed billionaire, who has more money than the person who owns the fucking company, he buys Slim J, who is literally 5 foot tall, maybe 5'2" on a good day, weighs 130 pounds, hasn't been on national television in 20 fucking years, and is still doing a gimmick from 1999 where he was a Eminem cosplayer. That was his first purchase. His second purchase was Parker Boudreaux, a guy who has had 13 matches. And this rich guy, he can buy anybody he wants, but he's only gonna spend $80 to get Parker Boudreaux some tights that he found on High Spots. Fucking not even custom made. I'm talking about in stock. Black with barbed wire. Talk about indie fucking rific. Oh, but he's a big guy. Okay, yeah. In comparison, it's not like you have a roster full of guys who are huge that would gladly join your group if you gave them $4 million. But no, let's stick with Parker Boudreaux. But the icing on the cake is Sonny Kiss, because you have Sonny Kiss, a guy who hasn't been on television in over a year, who's never done anything in the company. He's just some skinny nerd who wears leather and lace and has a big fat ass. This is the best money can buy. It's not, and if it was a comedy thing, he's going out with fucking Monopoly money, sure, fucking hilarious. Go with it, run with it, I believe it. No, this is serious. Unbelievable. If you give me $3,000, I could build a roster of guys from around here, like within walking distance of my house, that look more intimidating than that. Unbelievable. It just makes me so angry. Why? Why would you half-ass something like that? Oh, Ted DiBiase had Virgil, and Virgil wasn't exactly, an in-ring technician. No, but Virgil was fucking jacked. And Virgil was essentially a butler. He was Ted DiBiase's slave. He did whatever he wanted. That's why it was so satisfying to see Virgil rise up. All right. Oh, absolutely, Jock. You can... There are ways to do certain things. Hey there, Roberto. Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Sorry you came into here when I was ranting and raving about wrestling. Like even you go back and you watch 1995 WCW. My cat is screaming at me. Go back and watch 1995 WCW. DDP wins the lottery. So what does he do? He buys fur coats. You know, he's going out there, he's got all new gear on. He's smoking these fancy Cuban cigars. He's having expensive dinners. It's like, okay, we believe that. He wasn't, he didn't go out and say, okay, well, I'm the richest man in the world now. I have billions of dollars. I'm going to start buying some contracts. Oh, Joe Gomez is right there. Let me go buy his contract. You know, he didn't bring Ranger Ross into his fucking stable. I know he had Max Muscle. I understand that. Max Muscle was huge. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he had Max Muscle before he won the lottery, so. My God, my cat is screaming at me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because my triceps hurt. My chest feels good. I don't feel like taking any pictures. My cat is just walking around the room, meowing at me. He's probably got a toy in his mouth and he wants me to play with him. Teddy bear. So, baby boy, come on. You brought me a toy. Oh, thank you, teddy bear. Is that for me? Is that for me? Is this for me? He brought me a toy. It's mine. You can't give me a toy and expect it back. It's my toy. No, it's mine now. I thank you for the toy, though. It was very nice. It was very nice, teddy bear. Oh, now we're getting kisses. Now we got some kisses. Thank you for bringing me a toy, baby boy. It was very nice of you. Alright, I'll go shower in a second. Let me get some of this kitty cat loving. Hey, honey, come here. Oh, he's got all the kisses. See, I'd pick you up and give you a big hug, but Daddy's sweaty. Daddy's sweaty. Oh, look at that stretch. He's got a good old... Come over here. Come up here. I got your toy. I've got your toy. You want it back? Go get it. Good boy. Just out of frame is my boy Teddy Bear. I've had him for just about 3 years. The girl I was dating at the time, he was born in her barn, so she was able to rescue him, and I told her I would take him, and he's been with me ever since. And he's a kissy little snuggly boy. Come here, teddy bear, let's say hi. Oh, there's my boy. There's my baby boy. Well, listen to that purr. That's a big purr from such a small little man. We love our teddy bear, don't we? We love our teddy bear. He doesn't like being picked up, though. He don't like being picked up. Okay, can I go shower now? Can I go shower now? Boop. Okay. A teddy bear was the best gift that a girlfriend ever gave me. Yes. Yes, he is. Because he's the gift that keeps on kissing. He's my baby boy. He's a talkative little one. and he's very playful. All right, I'm gonna go take a shower. Oh, he's still kissing. He's still kissing. He's still kissing. Oh, he's gonna show me his tummy. I gotta get his tummy real fast. Oh no. Oh no, we gotta get that teddy bear tummy. Okay. Okay, sweetie pie. I gotta go shower. I know, Daddy smells bad. She sure did, Jock. Of all the pussy that she gave me, this is the best one. And ironically, not the hairiest one either, if you can believe that. Yes, just love our teddy bear. He was such a small boy. So he's almost 3 years old. Yes, he is. He's almost 3 years old. Gotta get him a little bitty baby-sized cake made of tuna. Would you like a tuna cake? Would you like a tuna cake? I love you, Jelly Bean. Okay. Alright, now I actually do need to go shower. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. TJ and Wes and Jock, Roberto briefly. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. I'm going to try to hop back on tomorrow at some point. Hopefully, I might go to the gym and do my hamstrings there. I missed a couple of days this week working out because my legs hurt so much from last week, but I do need to go back to the gym and do my legs, so I'm actually going to try to do that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. If I don't see you again tomorrow, have a great start to your weekend. Jock, I hope you're able to I hope you're able to watch one of those movies. If not, just watch Money Train. Tell me how it is. I'm very sorry to hear that, Jock. Let me know how the movie is, and hell, maybe this weekend I'll watch that movie we were talking about with Stallone, the Samaritan. I'll look that up and see if I can't watch that. Teddy bear, I don't want to see your tummy. Do not show me that tummy. I will eat it. I'm going to eat that tummy. You can't stop me either because you're small. You can't stop me either because you're small. Adios.